running late this morning. Whoops. I was sitting here getting all prepared, all ready. Everything was just looking great. I was looking on the internet. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. And then I've got to move the camera. It's not in the middle, man. So, yeah, what was I doing? I don't know what I was doing. I was sitting here and it was like 22. And I was way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule this morning. And then the next thing, I looked at the clock and it was 5 to, and I was like, whoops. Better get a wriggle on. So I did. And I'm here. Morning. Good morning. Once again. Decaf. Coffee morning. My nose was so bunged up this morning when I woke up. It's rough. Got a few things to talk about. Alejandro, oi oi, Crossy, good morning. Morning. Morning all. Morning, Nicola. Welcome to the Decaf Coffee Morning. I don't have a schedule. I don't have a script. One thing that I have noticed that is a massive positive, morning Wendy, about this Decaf Coffee Morning is that it's allowing me to remember what day of the week it is. This is Wednesday's edition. Morning, Andy. Nice to see you. Checking in, watching the stream, drinking tea or coffee. Another Andrew Roberts. Good morning. Let me have a sip. See how hot it is. Usually I can tell how long the stream's going to go on for by how hot my tea is. And that is hot. That's burnt my fingers. I was checking Twitter this morning, as I do. I don't get any interaction on there. I don't know why I bother. But I noticed that, like, sleep problems and insomnia is a trending issue. So how many people that are watching this are struggling with sleeping at the moment? Like, people talking about real vivid dreams and stuff like that. Morning, Kieran, mate. Like, is sleep an issue for everybody? Morning from Queensland? What, Australia? I'm right? We are worldwide. Yeah, sleep issues. Is anybody experiencing, like, mad dreams or sleep issues? Like, how are you sleeping? For me, I go to bed well early during the week because I have to take my girlfriend to work at like 6 a.m. And I'm like, we're going to bed at about 8, falling asleep maybe about 9. But every morning, for some reason, I wake up between 1 and 2 a.m. So for the last few nights, I've been, because I've got like it's a sad light. It's like one of those seasonal affective disorder lights. It's like a wake up light. You can set it at night so it's like a sunset. It gradually gets dimmer. And then in the morning, you set it, say if I set it for 6 a.m., at 5:30, it starts getting brighter. So then at 6 a.m., it's like sunlight. So what I do, I use that, but it's got like a display on it with the time on there, and it's pretty bright. So for the last few nights, I've been turning it around, facing it against the wall, so I can't see it when I wake up in the night. Because I think, like, I'll wake up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll look at the clock and then I'll think, crap, I've only got like 4 hours left to sleep. And then it makes it more difficult for me to get back to sleep. So I thought maybe try not looking at the time when I wake up in the night, and hopefully it'll just be like, I'm awake, back to sleep. Okay. Since we did the clocks, it's messed Lindsay up. Yeah, possibly, man. Morning, Tweet Teaser. Morning, Olivia. Never used to be, now it is sometimes. Dreams are mundane. But he does wake up. Yeah, I do, man. I know my dad does as well. Sleep's not good. And getting some proper mad dreams, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Wonder why. Interesting. Is it because, like, the stress levels are elevated? So we're doing a lot more thinking, and most of it's negative, I guess. I don't know. Strange. Interesting thought, though. But yeah, insomnia's trending, so I guess the point is, the takeaway, you're not alone. Like, it would appear that a lot of people are having sleep issues at the moment. But yeah, strange. That's it for today. Ta-da. No. Did people watch the podcast that I put on yesterday? The one with Eddie? I've had a few comments on it. One comment in particular said this is the best one so far, which is nice because I felt like it was the best one so far. I did the least talking in it. It was just letting Eddie share his story, and it was so similar to mine. Like, I think a lot of the reason that people follow my channel is because I talk about like the symptoms and the sensations, because that's what people like to hear about, because they can relate to the stuff. But dizziness was the big thing. Like Eddie's dizziness symptom was the one that he kept referring to. If he's having like a setback or something, that's what it would be. It'd be down to just feelings of dizziness. And it's mad. Like, dizziness comes in so many different shapes and freaking varieties. Like, you get the vertigo, which is true dizziness, which I've experienced, and it's horrible. But you also get like that weird off balance. It's really difficult to explain to people when you say, "Oh, I feel dizzy." Like, if I'm in a shop or something like that, and I'll say, "Oh, I feel dizzy." Like, it's not a spinning dizziness. It's just a off balance, disequilibrium. Is that even a word? If it isn't, put it in the dictionary. Tweeteaser's sleep is crap at the minute. Wake so many times and think about things. Nightmares too. Might be. I'm not sure you're meant to press send on that one. So yeah. How is everybody doing? Wendy's partner started having night terrors. He's still working and really stressed. Yeah, man, it's like, if you haven't watched the podcast yet, then you should, Wendy, because me and Eddie talk about stress. And like, I'm seeing people actually talk about it now. I think I've seen on some news reports and I've seen some interviews, which is what I said like last week. I'm ahead of the game. But we know that. I was talking about how I worry that stress is going to lead to more anxiety disorders, because for me personally, yes, I was smoking weed, and for Eddie, yes, he was drinking like energy drinks and stuff, but stress was the combining factor for both of us. Like, we both had major stress going on, and it would appear that that is what triggered that first panic attack for both of us. So it's strange and it's weird, but like, me and him have never kind of gotten over that. It's always been at the back of our minds, what if that happens again, that panic? And yeah, it's alarming because people are stressed. Like Wendy's just said, her partner's having night terrors. I assume that he never had a history of anxiety or panic, Wendy. It's like, yeah, it could develop to, like, look at the mess that we're in already. People with anxiety. I don't know what your experience is of finding treatment, but mine, like with the NHS, it's already overstretched and underfunded. Like, before the C word hit, the funding wasn't there. The therapy wasn't great for me personally. So I worry that if the numbers rocket, we might be in a bad situation. And Wendy says no, he doesn't normally have night terrors or anxiety. So yeah, I'm still sipping that tea because it's hot, man. Hot. Olivia's sleep is crap. It's always bad. Great guy. Dizziness, yeah. That's why I say, I think most people that subscribe to my channel, even though like barely any of them watch my videos for some reason, thanks, but dizziness is the thing. Dizziness. Lindsay's been having panic attacks. It's scary. Hoping to heal, having time alone, but it isn't working out. Yeah. I mean, do you know what's causing the panic attacks? Are they out of the blue? Is there any, like, obviously elevated stress right now, but anything else? Podcast made Kieran want to see a group of high anxiety sufferers commit to serious breath work. Yeah. Interesting, because Eddie did talk a lot about that. Wow, there's a lot of comments coming in. Sorry. I feel like today may be just me reading comments. A lot will suffer with anxiety that didn't after this. Yeah, high levels of stress. Stress intimately triggered my first panic attack. Morning, Ben. Get to work, lad. There is a new service called Quell here in Cambridgeshire. What do they do, Giles? Anything? You're paying too much attention to these things, like the time you wake up. If you could just accept the fact you're waking up at this time, then without wondering and searching for reasons, you'll half your problem. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't look for reasons as to why I'm waking up. My thing is looking at the time, and then it's like, damn, I haven't got long to sleep. Some people, like me, your first panic traumatizes you, and it's all downhill from there. Kind of like PTSD. Yeah, B, man. But I'm in the same boat, man. It was all down to that first panic attack. If I didn't have that, or maybe because the podcast that I did with Johnny Benjamin, we were talking about like education. He wants to try and bring mental health awareness and discussions to the curriculum for children. Like, if I'd have known more about it, would it have made any difference? I'm not sure. Maybe it would be beneficial to help other people. Like, if I'd learned about mental health at school and somebody else had a panic attack, maybe I could try and calm them down and help them through it. But I don't think it would have helped me, because it doesn't help me now. And I know a lot about it. Yeah. Why don't we do a Zoom meeting for all sufferers? It's a good idea. I think I discussed that in the group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you should be. Yeah, we could do that. The only problem with doing that is that people just talk over each other and you can't get a word in. Oh, Michael has said, send me a link for a chat. I will. Give me a minute and I'll send you a link, mate. 100% Leanne. She's agreeing with somebody else. Wendy had propranolol yesterday and it calmed you down. I take propranolol daily. Yeah. Don't know if it helps anymore. Daughter's nan has the corona. She's in hospital. Can't be with her. It's awful. Yeah, that's terrible, man. I was listening to Radio 5, BBC Radio 5 this morning, and there's some lady that started a campaign, #tablets for all, I think it is. Not medication tablets, but like providing tablets and phones for people that are in hospital so they can video call relatives if they haven't got access to a smartphone or a tablet, which is a nice idea. So at least you can video call with people that are in there. I mean, they might not be in any fit state to talk, but it's something, isn't it? It's something is better than nothing. Anyone interested in committing, look specifically into that breathing, because as B says, it's like PTSD. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but interesting. Yeah, breath work, man. I don't know. Maybe I could get somebody on a podcast specializes in it. I've got a couple of podcasts lined up. I'm actually doing one today, but I won't release it yet because I don't want to bombard people with the sound of my irritating voice. Let me get an invite code, and I'm going to send it to Michael, and he can come join me. Bear with me. I'm sorry. I've just gone quiet for a minute. I don't know if I've got him on my friends list. Once again, not prepared. Michael? Are we friends? I can't remember, man. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. B, the thing that pisses him off the most is that after 20 years of dealing with them, educating myself about them, knowing the facts about panic, it still affects me as if it was the first one. That's the issue, mate. That is the issue. It's like, does it make any difference? I'm adding Michael as a friend, and I'm sending him a link so he can join. Sorry. How am I doing? I'm alright. I'm alright at the moment. I'm not too bad. I've just noticed that we've got more viewers than we've ever had. Yes! Although one just dropped out as soon as I said that. Morning, Deb. Listening while at work. Key worker. Keep up the good work, man. We're 15 minutes in already. This is ridiculous. Has anybody got like a new routine that they're working on? Like, not dance routine or anything like that. I mean, like, because things have changed, because people were now stuck at home and stuff, is there anything that you're doing? I don't know. Is there anything that you're focusing your attention on, like new hobbies or something? What do? You get up in the morning, I hope you're not watching the news. Like, I'm really consciously making an effort to not watch the news. I get up in the morning, and usually my routine would have been take my girlfriend, come back, put Good Morning Britain on, and watch it. And then, yeah, it would just be negative. Negative, negative, negative. Sorry, Michael's just joined, man. Let me bring him in. I've got to plug my headphones in. Bear with me, mate. I know he can't hear me. I'm sorry, people. Meet Michael. Morning, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. As yourself?
Yeah. How are you?
Turn that down because I can hear you.
Is
Come
that
on,
better?
you're live now. You're live on there. We're not messing about. We're not playing games.
I'm live. Oh,
Please don't swear, but you can if you
no,
want to.
no, I won't. I'll try not to swear.
Have you got the TV on?
I'll just turn it down, mate. Cause what
Good,
I'm
man.
doing, I've put my YouTube on, but I'll turn that down.
Turn it down, mate.
Yeah.
How's it going then? What you been up to, man?
It's up and down, really, mate. If I'm honest, I try to be positive and all that. I worked a bit. I still had the dreaded dizziness.
Mhm.
I got really paranoid. You know, it reminded me when I was like years ago. That sort of paranoia when I take it. You know, I used to be an ex-weed smoker like yourself, and I used to really cane it. And that paranoia. Wait a minute, sorry, the dog's going mad.
That's all right. I can hear mine chewing something in the background.
And that paranoia when you get that smoke a joint, and then for a couple of minutes you're all right, and then it'll hit you. But I don't smoke no more. You know, I might smoke a bag or a bit of a vape.
Yeah.
It was like I had a joint. It was that feeling, and it was sort of like it was horrible. And I had to lay down, and I thought, sat there for about half hour. You know, couldn't even listen to nothing on YouTube. Couldn't do nothing. I was just doing the deep breathing, like everybody says, because I find that deep breathing is definitely the one. I so agree with everybody when I say about that. Breathing is number one.
Yeah.
And then I thought, right, I've got to do something. So I said to the wife, is there anything we can do? She said, well, you can clean the gutters out and wash the guttering down if you like. And I thought, I really want to do that. No, I don't. But you know what? I'm going to take my time. So I thought, I ain't going to rush it. So I went up there, cleaned it all out, got a bucket of water, and I just took my time. And probably the best thing I did. It took me about 2.5 hours. I work, you know, I do sort of 20 minutes, half hour, and I'll have a cup of tea. Have a look at my fish, do you know what I mean? And eventually I managed to calm it right down.
You think it was that doing that activity that's what brought you out of it, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely. It was 100%, mate. I mean, you know, it's like when you got anxiety, you got depression. The last thing you want to do is anything at times, don't you? You just want to sit down on your ass and do nothing. But it can be very counterproductive, you know. I mean,
it's like I said at the weekend. I felt naff all last week. Towards the end of the week, it was getting even worse. But then when I went to the shop on Saturday, like after doing that, it was mad. Just that little bit of confidence started building momentum, and I felt okay since.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, you just got to do it. But then it was, well, say I was feeling fine. Yeah, I was good. You know, a little blip. I had to go and get my car. I finally found a garage to get an MOT on my car.
Right. Yeah.
So I dropped it off in the morning, and my daughter dropped me off there, and the chap phoned me up and said, "Be ready about 2." All right, and about 20 to 2, I started feeling, oh no, I don't want to do this. You know, and I think it was like I don't want to get the car. I just thought I've got to do it. So
anticipation.
That's the one. So anyway, I went and I got there. And the guy was trying to sort of, you know, I said, oh, thanks, mate. You done the MOT, the service and everything.
He wanted a nice chat, and you just wanted to bail.
and I'm saying, away from me, mate. I
Yeah.
no disrespect, but I thought, no, he wanted to say, so how's things? And I'm thinking, mate, I'll just give me my keys.
I want to go now, mate. Ta-da.
Thanks for doing my car. I will
Mhm.
use you again. You know, you know. He was like, and anyway, and he's like sort of.
It's because he's probably not seeing that many people, is he? He was just like, yes.
But he's one of the only garages that was open. You know, I mean, the
Yeah.
chap what you use, he's shut down. He's shut
Mhm.
down. So I had to, it's good, you know, got it done. Anyway, I got back. And yeah, I think I watched some of your videos, your old videos,
Yes.
right old ones.
Oh,
And
right. Okay. The back
I
catalogue.
do like them holiday ones you do. I must admit,
Yeah.
I can watch them. You know, I quite like them. They're all right.
Yeah, we sit
And
and watch them sometimes. How sad is that? It's nice, man. It's refreshing.
it is, yeah, it is. I mean, I've done a couple myself a few years ago about
Mm.
fishing. You know, when I was fishing under the title "The Anxious Angler."
I've seen them. I remember
Have you?
looking. Yeah, I found you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, but I think I've had about 5 views. So,
One of them was me. Are
hey,
you? So, are you still a keen fisherman now? Are you?
yeah, but we can't at the minute. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I like my fishing. Yeah, I do. I mean, but
Are you missing it?
yes and no, because it's a funny thing fishing. Because I've been doing it since I was a kid, since I was about 11. You know, and I'm 60 this year, so I've been fishing for like nearly 50 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it, sometimes I can go fishing and I'm so chilled out, I'm so happy, and I love it, the nature and everything. Because I go carp fishing, so I
Mhm.
sort of go in a tent and I've got all the bivvies and the buzzers
Yeah, yeah.
and all that. I do. And like my last session I did was back in October. I took some time off and I went for 4 nights. And I haven't been away for 4 nights for ages, and I was all
Yeah.
on my own. And I thought, because sometimes I get anxious and I get panicky, and you know, but this trip was really good. The last trip, I caught some nice big carp,
Mm.
and it was all good. And I've been out for a couple of times since, but if I'm not in a good place mentally, like I can't go because I just get there. Sometimes I've got there before, I've set all my kit up,
Mm.
and then I've gone home, and I thought I can't do this. I can't handle
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I just sort of like boom, no. Sometimes I go for a couple of nights and I'll have a couple of panic attacks or anxiety attacks, but I sort of ride them out. But yeah, when I'm up for it, Billy, I must admit I do love my fishing. You know, I do really like it. But it can be sometimes if you want to be on your own, it can be hard. I mean, I've
Mm.
got a couple of pals actually I go with who are
Yeah.
really good. One of my
Did you
mates.
see? Did you see that me, my dad, and my son started fishing last year?
Yeah, I see that. That's on the river, was it? That's a river somewhere.
Yeah, we
Wasn't it?
did river. We did a big Kingsbury water park. It's like a local place, got loads of lakes, and the
Yeah.
canal. The canal is our favourite spot.
Do you like fishing? Then? Do you go much?
Yeah, I never used to. We just decided. I started watching fishing videos on YouTube last year. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah.
It was TA fishing, totally awesome fishing, brilliant.
Oh right. Yeah,
So yeah, we just decided let's buy some stuff and give it a go, man. But it is well
yeah.
relaxing. I love it.
It is. It is. I mean, it's good to go. I sometimes only go for a few hours myself. I don't
Yeah,
take
yeah.
all my carp fishing gear. I mean, you know, when I go for the night or 2 nights, I've got like tents and I've got a tent, sleeping bag, cooking equipment. You know, you can probably sort of do that. But sometimes I just take a little rod and reel, do a little bit of float fishing, or
Yeah, that's
you
all we
know,
do.
yeah,
We're not
just catch.
professionals.
No, I mean, I'll go. You know, I like catching. That's how I grew up, catching roach, perch,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You know, tench, chub, barbel. You know, I thought now that I'm off at the moment from work through stress and anxiety. And yeah, I am. I'm not sure even if I'm going to go back there. It's a long story, but I'm sort of at a crossroads in my life where I'm thinking, who's going to want to give a 60-year-old man a job? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Uh-huh.
like, I'm looking ways to sort of semi-retire, really, but it's just
Yeah.
you can't get a job at the minute because of this coronavirus. I don't want to work at the minute. You know what I mean? Stay
Mm-hmm.
out of it. But yeah, it's just sort of like filling up the time, really. Just doing, bits and
Bits and
pieces.
bobs. Bits and bobs, man.
Yeah, but it's like today. I've got like under the tarpaulin in my garden. We got all the bikes,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had my bike for about 2 years, and it's probably full of rust, and the tyres are flat and everything. So I'm gonna dig that out later on today. I'll probably try and pump the tyres up. I might go for a little bike ride because I used
A
to.
lot of people are mentioning cycling.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I had a flare up a few years ago, my anxiety comes is cyclic. My
Mm-hmm.
or every 2 or 3 years, I'll go for a bad few months, and I have
Mm-hmm.
done for the last 20 years. But I took up cycling then. I just
Yeah.
bought a mountain bike off a bloke at work, only a two-old thing, about 30 quid
Mm-hmm.
I paid at it, and I'll tell you what, it's the best thing. You know, I'm not the lycra man. I'm not sort of like into all that lycra and hats and all that. You know,
Oh, shame.
I'm
Yeah.
doing all that. You know what I mean? But I'll cycle and then I'll stop and then I'll just take me. I'll just take my time off, look at the fields, look at some animals. You know, I mean, we're lucky where I am in Norfolk. I'm in the country pretty much, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's quite relatively safe. So yeah, I'm going to
Yeah, yeah.
probably get the bike out. Do that. I mean, there's a lawn to be mowed. There's a fish pond got to be
There's
cleaned
plenty
out.
to do, mate. There's plenty to do. Come
But
on.
it's just that, Joe, and it's just getting that. It's just getting that. Sometimes
It's making a start, isn't it? It's making the decision to get up and do something.
yeah. And I think if you don't pressure yourself, you know, I mean, even if you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to paint the ceiling today
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen, whatever. Well, you can't get any paint now anyway, so
There you go. Then.
all the shops are shut, so that's buggered. But
Forget
yeah,
it.
do it in bite pieces. I think if you're going to do, you know, I think
Go
it
feed the
does.
ducks.
Yeah, yeah. Do jobs in bite-sized pieces, you know, and just try
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do something. I mean, the dog goes out. I take the dog out for a walk every day. The wife
Mm-hmm.
takes him out in the morning. I take him out in the afternoon, and you know. But I just think the main thing is for everybody to keep occupied, you know.
How different has your life been in the last like 3 weeks of lockdown? Has it changed a lot or not?
Well, I guess so because in a way, because before that I've been off since the middle of February
Right.
um, with this stress thing from work. They
Mm-hmm.
signed me on you know sick whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. The thing is, it's like there's four of us living in the house now because my daughter and her fellow live here and my wife
Mm-hmm.
and all that. It's just sort of when we got the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
It might be strange, but when like they said, right, that's it, lockdown. In a weird sort of way, I was glad because I thought, well, that justifies me sitting indoors doing nothing when I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to do it anyway. And I felt I was feeling guilty about not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know, before the lockdown. And the first week or two, I was all right, but I've got to be honest, I've struggled a bit the last sort of 3 or 4 days. It's
Starting to get to you.
starting to think, well, how long is this going to actually last?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, nobody knows, you know. But I'm trying to not overthink, you know, as you know. I mean, the trouble with anxiety, it does cause you to overthink, catastrophize, don't it? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's always the worst case scenario, you know. It's never, and sometimes you've got to dig to look for a positive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, when I was doing my Buddhism, when I used to go to the Buddhist temple and once or twice a week and meditate,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'll never forget the one. Sometimes, yeah, people say things in life to you, don't they? Actually stick. You know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
most things say to me, I've forgotten about sort of 2 minutes later. You know, I've got the memory of a goldfish.
Same.
Probably I used to do years ago. But anyway, the Buddhist nun said the thing is with the human mind, the natural default is negative.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gone, well, how so? She said, well, it's basically set on negative for. She said, very few people have 100% positive like outlook. Very few people. You know, you're like 1 in a million if you do.
Yeah.
Most folks' default is on negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason for that is to protect you. It's like going back. You know about all the fight and the flight and all that, don't you? You
Of
know what I
course.
mean? He said, well, put it this way. Say you were like sitting in your cave 3, 4, 5,000 years ago. You're having a nice fire. And all of a sudden, the saber-toothed tiger puts his head round the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't put it in to have something to eat, would you? Because it'd probably
Not
eat you.
really.
What
Yeah.
I've got to do, you know, you either leg it or you try
Mm-hmm.
and fight. And that default is the sort of a protection. It's like if you're walking down the road, I mean, you don't automatically you don't automatically just walk across the road without looking, do you? You know, what some people do.
Yeah.
But you look
Looking
like
at
you
our
look
phones usually.
exactly that. Exactly. That's it. Your default is like, and that's a little bit of like alertness. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Trouble is, when you get anxiety, that default is locked
Mm-hmm.
to default setting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to get to, I think it's like a clock, and it's like a speedometer in your car, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you can get that over a little bit to the right, to the positive, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to work it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, for years, I mean, I was on negative all the time. I was
Mm-hmm.
certainly nothing was good. Nothing, you know, I couldn't see the bright side of anything. You know, I think that's the depression kicking in with the anxiety. But that was an interesting thing. What she said to me was about your natural default is negative. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's why I sort of got into it a bit more. You know, and I started doing meditations. Reading about Buddhism and all that, reading stuff on the YouTube with the Dalai Lama and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Thich Han Young or something his name is. He's another good one. It's a simplicity of life with them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I draw a lot of comfort for that, you know.
Let's
Um,
uh let's end this with some positive then.
yeah, exactly that, mate.
What
Yeah.
can we be positive about today?
Well, it's
Besides
nice.
the
Look how
sun is shining.
the sun is
Beautiful.
shining. The sun is shining. Um, we're all in a nice little. We're all on an online group. We can all chat. We can all help each other.
True.
There's this, you know. I mean, one thing in the morning, I've been waking up and I've been looking really, you know. Oh right, yeah, the podcast will be on.
The
Like,
coffee morning.
I can't watch this morning or anything like that, but I
I
can
know.
watch this. I can watch this every morning. That's not a problem. Just look round at your loved ones and think, yeah, you're still here. You know what I mean?
That's
Everybody's
it.
still. We never know what the future's going to bring, so just grasp this moment and try and find some goodness in it. You know, the sun, it's nice. You know,
It's lovely.
it's beautiful, mate, isn't it? You
Mm.
know, and then
Perfect
this
weather
sort of,
for fishing.
it is, but as I say, we can't go. I mean, all
Mhm.
the Anglian lakes have been shut
It's
down.
essential work.
Well, it would be. I think it'd be essential. It'd be essential
Yeah.
for my. But anyway, you know, you've got to play the game. Yeah, but just go out there, take your dog for a walk. Everybody,
Yeah.
if you've got a dog, go for a little run, cycle. I think the main advice is just, you know, just take it day to day.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's in this together. This is unprecedented
Exactly.
time. Think it. And just, you know, tomorrow morning, wake up in the morning and think, oh, I'm still here. And there's the sun shining, even better. And 9 o'clock, put your show on
Decaf.
again.
I like it, man. On
Brilliant,
that
yeah.
bombshell. That's it then, mate. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
We're
Okay, then.
34 minutes in.
Are we? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Christ almighty. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's
All
my
right, then, Billy.
girlfriend. My girlfriend is watching.
Oh, is she?
Get back to work. You bloody key
Yeah.
worker.
Stop rabbiting all these
Yeah.
anxiety.
Right, mate.
Yeah. Okay, Billy. Nice to talk to you.
I'll speak to you in a bit, mate. Take it easy.
Cheers, bud.
Ta-ra, mate.
Nice show. Thank you very much. Bye.
That's it. Headphones out. I'm done for the day. 35 minutes live streaming. Thank you, Michael. That was good because I didn't really, as normal, have anything to talk about. I feel flustered now. My girlfriend's watching. Pressure's on. No, I'm done. 35 minutes. I'm happy with that. Wednesday morning. Coffee morning. She's having her breakfast. Listen to Alan Watts as well. Read Tao Te Ching or listen to the audiobook on YouTube. It's a good idea. Right, I'm off to do loads of housework. I'm going to do the ironing, washing, walk the dog. You know that's not happening. I'm sorry. But it's time for me to go. I've got loads to do, man. Loads to do. Join me tomorrow, coffee morning. Yeah, tomorrow is probably the last one because my girlfriend's off work on Friday. But cheeky. But I don't know. I don't know whether to do another one, like maybe continue it because she's got 6 days off from work. So I don't know. Maybe do a live with her. Has anybody got any opinions on whether that would be a good idea? Even Olivia's calling me a liar. I am doing housework. Some maybe I might wash up. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I don't know. Pronounced Dao Di Ching. Did I do that any better? Laters, man. See you, Giles. See you, Nicola. See you, Alison. See you, Lindsay. Alison says yes, we should do a live together. Me and my girlfriend. Maybe. Man ganging up on me. And she says yes, do it. Nicola says yes, do a live together. Okay, we'll consider it. Maybe Friday morning. But we'll do tomorrow first. Let's one day at a time, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I'll say it again. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Stuff to do. See you later. See you tomorrow morning. That's it. Watch previous episodes if you haven't already. Watch the podcast with Eddie Del Toro if you want to learn more about his story and dizziness. And that's it. 37 minutes in. Good night. Or goodbye.